On the ninth game of Christmas, my true love let me play this game called Unmetal. In sticking with the theme of playing games that I've had in my library but have never played, today, day 9, game 9, we are looking at a game called Unmetal. It's actually very metal, but it's called Unmetal. Uh, I bought this game the day it came out, the moment I saw it, because I thought it was basically a modern take on the original Metal Gear from the NES, which for me, that's the original Metal Gear. Also, it's probably the hardest game that was ever made on the NES. I was actually really young when it came out. In those days, back in the old NES days, my cousin, who was about 8 years older than me, he was the video game master. And Metal Gear, I remember being like this game that he was obsessed with and like always playing and always stuck on. It just seemed so beyond my grasp as like a 4 or 5 year old kid. And it was. It wasn't until PlayStation 1 and Metal Gear Solid until I got back into the whole like, oh yeah, Metal Gear, this is cool, and I played the heck out of it. Anyway, as you can see, this is exactly what I thought it was. It is a modern take on the classic Metal Gear and, in general, stealth military covert type games. As well as I was hoping, full of fucking hilarious comedy. And basically, I think you're basically like a guy who's been in prison for a crime he didn't commit or some shit like that. I haven't really played, like I said. This is my first time getting into it. And as you'll see, it is exactly what I thought it was, a 2D old school NES style, but with all the modern trappings, stealth, espionage, classic military covert game. And yes, it is literally Metal Gear, just from a funny perspective. It basically does all the tropes and jokes and things, and it has its own hilarious like run-on gags, I'm sure, that will continue throughout the entire series. But it's basically you're telling your story and you're playing it as you're telling it, and I really like the way they did everything in this game when it comes to that. Usually I talk pretty much over the game when I do these. I've done these previous games of Christmas videos. However, I think I'm just gonna let you guys have this one free as it is. Like, I'll edit out some of the like filler parts that I don't need in there, but basically this is me playing through the first 45 minutes or so of the game, and it's a PS4 game. I downloaded it onto the PS5 so I could just edit better, and I like playing on the PS5 now. So it is a PS4 game, but you can download it or play it on PS5. I don't know if it's on like Steam, but I would assume, being the kind of game it is, that it is on other consoles as well. So there it is, game number 9, Unmetal. Basically the original NES version of Metal Gear and a modern take on it, and it was really fun. I always wanted to play it. I bought it and I was going to play it as a live streaming game that I play, like only when I'm live streaming, because it seemed like it lent itself to that sort of thing. And playing it, yeah, it does, and I was right. I wish I would have got around to it earlier. I've had it literally since day one and never touched it because I kept putting off streaming and I had other life things going on. But that's it. This is Unmetal, and I guess I will see you at the end of the run. Thanks for watching. Stick around.
To a military base for interrogation. That pilot was me.
Name?
My name is Fox. Jesse Fox.
You don't seem to be Russian.
Russian? Me?
You were piloting a Russian aircraft 2 hours ago.
I also drive a Toyota, and I'm not Japanese.
All right, Mr. Fox. Before arresting you, I'm obligated to write down a report with your version of the facts. So tell us what the hell you were doing in that heavily armed Soviet helicopter.
It's a long story.
Sergeant, bring us some coffee.
Yes, sir. Wachowski, bring the lieutenant some coffee.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Fox, we have plenty of time. Explain what happened.
In 1972, a crack commando unit threw me in a prison for a crime I didn't commit.
You're under arrest for a crime you didn't commit.
I promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the underground, trying to survive from these soldiers of fortune.
Let's start from the beginning. How did you escape from that cell?
Piece of cake. I just had to write a note.
A note? Where'd you get the paper from?
I used toilet paper.
I see. And how did you find a pen?
A pen? I was in a dirty, grimy cell, not in an office. I wrote the note with a rusty wire, using my own blood as ink. I scratched my arm with the wire and got to work. It wasn't easy. The toilet paper tore under the pressure of the bloody wire. Those bastards gave us cheap paper, one ply, unscented, and unpatterned.
Why did you break the toilet? Why not grab the paper like a normal person?
You know how prison is. It's kill or be killed. And I wasn't going to be killed by some dirty toilet.
Hey, you moron! Holy Jesus. You schmuck. Do you really think I'd be stupid enough to kill myself? Kill myself? Ah.
I left the guard locked in the cell. Then I threw away the key and got out of there.
Mr. Fox, what about the noose? Where did you get that from?
Where did I get the noose? Are you seriously asking me that?
I am, Mr. Fox.
I'll tell you later. When leaving the cell, I found myself in a prison yard surrounded by some buildings. There were piles of boxes and other stuff here and there. And the ground was plain dirt. Oh, and it was night.
Why did you keep punching those crates? What did you expect to happen?
Nothing in particular.
Then why this gratuitous violence?
I don't know. I suppose I got lost in the moment. You know, for being imprisoned for a crime I didn't commit. That box contained some filthy cloth scraps. I made some handy bandages to prepare for when I would get wounded. Bad news, dirty cloth rags don't heal you. They just stop the bleeding, and I ain't got time to bleed. Good news, I could reuse these rags as much as I wanted. Good dirty cloth is hard to come by. I thought everyone would be asleep at night. that it was safe to escape. I was dead wrong. I noticed the presence of...
There's also a lot of little parts like this where you get to like pick an element of the story, and I really liked
two
that.
guards on the night shift.
I need to pee. That's better. Back to work.
I was injured and losing blood. I had to heal that wound before I bled to death.
Hey, over here.
Hello? You talking to me?
Affirmative. My name is Colonel Alan Harris, 5th Battalion.
I'm Jesse Fox.
Rank?
I'm not military, Colonel.
Then tell me, Fox, what the hell are you doing here?
I've been jailed for a crime I didn't commit. Do you know how to get out of here?
Try to escape through any sewer. There must be one nearby, 'cause it stinks when it's hot. Once outside, move along at nighttime and sleep during the day.
What about you, Colonel?
I've been tortured. My legs won't make it. But if you bring me a radio, I can help you escape.
Hold on, Harris. Are you sure you heard him say Alan Harris?
Yes, sir. Saw him yesterday.
Look, Mr. Fox, Colonel Harris died a month ago in an ambush.
Well, it's the name that stubborn old man gave me.
I see. I'll write down on the report that you talked to Colonel Harris after his death. Continue your story.
As I was saying, I searched for a radio to bring him. Under some crates, I found my salvation. A sewer hole. There was no ladder and I couldn't see the bottom. I needed to find a ladder or rope if I wanted to go down. I took a coin off the guard.
Money? What'd you intend to spend it on? I suspect there's no shops open for an escapee on a midnight run.
Who said anything about spending? I used it to distract soldiers. I quickly found out that guards love picking up free coins off the ground. picked up the guard's radio. Without encryption, I knew other guards could listen in on my conversations with Harris.
I see. You still haven't told me how you got that noose.
I'll tell you later. As I was saying, I needed to find a special encryption circuit to install in the radio. I had the circuit. I just had to attach it to the radio. With the modified radio, I could speak to Harris with no one listening. Now, I just had to bring it to him.
And the noose?
Later.
Hey, a coin!
You stole a one-eyed man's patch?
A one-eyed man that would shoot me without hesitation.
Because it was his job. What you did was macabre and suggest you might have a fetish.
Holy Jesus.
Well, that patch turned out to be handy to create a lethal weapon.
You removed his glass eye too?
Yes, I took it out of his eye socket to chill out.
To chill out? Pulling out glass eyes relaxes you?
I'm not a sadist. I didn't enjoy pulling it out, but it helped when I rolled it around in my mouth like candy. I was under a lot of pressure, too much stress, and I'd end up making a mistake.
Come on, you put the eye patch on and you can only see out of one eye. That's fucking great game design right there. It's great. It's hilarious.
Hey, buddy, I have no paper. Can you bring me some?
Here you are.
Thanks, man. You saved my ass, literally.
You broke down the door and attacked a guard while he was on the toilet?
Yes, I beat the shit out of him.
Is that a joke?
No, I literally beat the shit out of him. That toilet paper wasn't unscented anymore.
Let's move on.
I ran into a guard as I went in. Luckily, the guy was sleeping. That bastard was going to have a rude awakening.
The lethal weapon you created with the patch was a slingshot? Sort of childish, don't you think? What were you gonna shoot? Pebbles?
Depleted uranium balls. 3 shots, and goodbye, guard. With those first aid kits, I could disinfect and heal my wounds. Good news, those kits stopped any bleeding and also healed my wounds over time. Bad news, once you used them, they were gone.
Mike!
Another really cool aspect, you level up and get to pick perks out, and in this case, I'm going with the Steel Fist because I'd rather double punch than run fast, so there you go.
Hey, bro, help me. Get me out of this hole.
If you're in a cell, it's because you committed a crime. And I don't free criminals.
But you're a prisoner too.
I've been imprisoned for a crime I didn't commit.
Fuck you. Hey, friend, I'm also innocent.
That's what they all say.
Please, they keep the key in that box.
Hold on, I'm opening it.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, what a pity. The key broke.
You bastard!
Hasta la vista.
Hey, Mike, can you tell them again? Of course. Sarge says to the soldier, someone sent you a blank letter. The soldier says, it's from my wife, Sergeant. How do you know that, soldier? Because we argued and we don't talk to each other. The soldier says to his captain, sir, I need to request leave for this weekend. Why do you need it, Private? I'm gonna have a baby, sir. Congratulations, request granted. Next week, the captain asks him, Private, was it a boy or a girl? And the soldier replies, I don't know, sir. I'll find out in 9 months.
Here you are, Colonel. A radio. I've modified it to encrypt the signal.
Oh, good job, son. Do you have another one for you?
Not yet. I'll call you through Channel 1 as soon as I find another.
Good luck, son. And Godspeed.
I got ready to use the rope to go down, but I couldn't find anywhere to tie it. I needed a hook or something to anchor it to the edge of the hole. With the radio encrypted, I could talk to Harris. I wouldn't have been able to escape without his help. I hate to admit it, but the grumpy old man gave some good advice. Colonel, do you copy?
Copy.
I found a rope to go down the sewer.
And you're not down yet? What the hell are you waiting for?
I'm on it, Colonel. Hey, give me my lighter back.
What later?
You bastard. Screw yourself in that cell.
And in the middle of searching for that hook slash anchor, going back through all the areas I've been to, like every good gamer, curiosity got me. And so there you have it. That's Unmetal. The only thing I know about the creator, whatever, it seems to be like one person versus Evil LLC. So it's not like a giant, put out by a big name or any of the other names that I've mentioned previously. It just happens to be a really well crafted, good at what it does, good at what it is, and if you didn't notice, or if you did, hilarious, I think. The comedy is really good. The whole run on crime I didn't commit thing is funny as shit, and I'm sure it's going to just keep going. And as well as the game itself is obviously really good. Puzzles, the whole, like, it is exactly what I mentioned in the beginning. NES version, the original Metal Gear, like a love letter to just all of that sort of genre. Just like some of the other games on the list have been love letters to very similar genres. Broforce is a love letter to 90s and 80s action Americana. And Salt and Sacrifice is a love letter to Dark Souls. And I I think almost all the games are a love letter to something on there. Anyway, that's it. That's the love. That's the game. That's the day. That's the abla abla abla. See you later, folks. A merry holidays and a happy coming up soon. Love you. Bye.